Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Bonner here, Overtime Athletes, back with Dr. Jesse Polanco. Jesse, appreciate you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Jesse, if you guys didn't know, is the doctor that I essentially work with my athletes here when we do our health screening and any other athletes that has any kind of injury that we're trying to rehabilitate. And for today's video, another big question that I get, we address jumper's knee. The other one is obviously lower back pain and sciatica, to be more specific. So if you can you give us how you address that common issue?
Okay, so sciatica is really common. I get a new patient in my office every single day with sciatica, sometimes two. Sciatica, there's one big nerve that comes out of your back, goes all the way down your leg, and it's called your sciatic nerve. It's about the thickness of a thumb. It's a huge nerve. It can cause a ton of pain down the leg, and it can get bound up in various different areas of your body. We won't go over specifically where it's bound up for this particular example, but we'll go over 3 activities that are very, very helpful for people with sciatica and should not cause any pain or injury while you're doing them. So let's go over those 3 activities. So the first one is going to be a nerve floss. So we'll do that over here, taking a seat at the chair. So Chris, have a seat facing either direction.
You want one leg off?
One leg off, yeah, just nice and straight, both of them. So a nerve floss, you're basically just putting the nerve back and forth. So to start, I'm going to have him look up at the ceiling and then kick this leg up with the toe back. And then I'm going to have him stay in that position, knee straight, head comes down, toe points down. Toe comes up, head points up. And then you would hold that every single position for about 3 seconds. Come on, chin down, toe down. And you're essentially flossing that nerve back and forth. You would ideally continue doing this so long as it's not painful. You don't want to do this if it's causing you pain. You would hold each position for about 3 seconds, doing 1 set, maybe 3 times a day for about 20 reps would be ideal. Moving on. So another great exercise for sciatica is a hip mobility activity called a 90-90. So I'll have Chris take a knee down here and get into the 90-90 position. So there's a lot of different ways to do 90-90s. I'm gonna have him do it in the way that I have most of my clients most effectively do this. So the first thing I wanna emphasize is his chest is lined up with that forward knee. He's gonna bring his right shoulder towards that knee and he's gonna drop down. He's gonna feel stretch in his glute. I only want him down there for about 3 seconds. It's not a stretch, it's a mobilization. Come back up and out of that, back to neutral. Then you're gonna bring your left shoulder towards this left heel. That's gonna be significantly harder. You're not gonna be able to reach down as far. So don't be discouraged by that part. No, not many people do get down that far. After 3 seconds, you'll go back to upright. Put both his hands down on the ground for some support. He'll lift this rear heel off the ground. So the toes will stay down, the rear heel will come up, and he may feel something cramping or tightening up here in a muscle called the tension fasciae lata. That muscle's way up in the hip crease. And then he'd relax. From there, he's gonna open up, bring this leg up, bring the other one up, and he's gonna do the same on the other side. He's gonna line up his chest with that forward knee now. He's making sure that his knee is at 90 degrees, his ankle's at 90 degrees, bringing that left shoulder towards his right knee. Come on back up, 3 seconds pass. Then he's gonna bring his right shoulder towards his towards his right knee. He'll come back up, support himself, get nice and upright. He will bring this rear heel off of the floor. He'll again feel that tightness or cramping sensation in there. That's okay and that's normal. He'll relax from there and he'll continue doing that in either direction. Every single point he would hold for 3 seconds. He would do the 3 positions on this side and the 3 positions on the other side 10 times each for a total of 20. 1 to 3 times per day ideally. Moving on to another exercise that people can do for sciatica, which is just lumbar posterior pelvic tilt. So I'm gonna have Chris lay on his back and I'm gonna put him in a dead bug position. So he's gonna bring both knees up. He's gonna be at 90 degrees at the knee, 90 degrees at the ankle, 90 degrees at the hip, and his hands are gonna be perpendicular to the ground. You're gonna need a lot of coordination for this one. It's gonna be opposite and opposite. His knee stays at 90 degrees. All the movement comes from his hip. He'd hold there for 1 second, back up to where you started, Chris. And the entire time he's maintaining his lower back or his lumbar spine nice and posteriorly tilted by flattening his lower back against the ground. If you're doing this correctly and you haven't been doing much core stability, you may find that you start shaking while doing this. That's normal, keep going. So long as it's not causing pain in the lower back or pain down the leg especially, you're okay to continue. And I really recommend doing this one 1 to 2 times a day, 10 reps on each side or a total of 20 with a 1 second hold every single time.
Awesome, well there you have it guys. Dr. Jesse, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Guys, if you're interested in more from Dr. Jesse, go ahead and check out the link in the description. I'll holler at you guys next time.